Okay, so if you're following me from the last video, we're going to be extending what we know um, with these beginning instructions, and we're going to be expanding on them by using a couple different concepts. First concept that we're going to look into is the style concept, and this is something that you write within the head. So, style allows you to write CSS, which is it's called cascading style sheet, and it's basically with CSS you can begin to stylize your content. So let's say we wanted to write, let's say we wanted to stylize the hello world, or let's just say that we wanted to make the entire background, instead of it being white, we wanted to make it red. So the way that, or the syntax in which this works is, well, so we're going to target the body, and so you just write body here, and then you write these opening and closing braces, and there are a lot of different things that you can put in here, but like I'll put color blue, and so you do color colon and then you write blue, and what this is going to do is it's going to make the text blue. So now when we push Control S F12, hello world would be blue. So the next thing that we can do is we can make the entire background color of body a different color. So you can see here that it's already suggested to me. You might not have these options here, so just write background dash color, and we're gonna make background color green, and Control S. Okay, so now you can see how you can use the style, you can use style to stylize your content within the body, and this might start to make what I was saying before. What I was saying before might start to make a little bit more sense. How there's two sections of the document. There's the content section, and then there's the head section. And the head is sort of like the instructions for the content. And there can be CSS instructions. There can be, you know, like changing the title, and there can also be like JavaScript instructions, which we'll get into a lot later. But basically, you can write your content in the body, and then you stylize it in the head. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use a div element, and div basically just stands for divide. And so now we've taken this and we've divided the div. We've divided hello world into a div element. And so now if we go here and we write div opening and closing braces, and we write background color, let's say we want the background color of the div to be red. What we're going to see is this. Still the text is blue, but now you can see that the text is actually inside of a divide, and only the divide's background color is red. But here the body, which is bigger than divide, is green. The background color is green. So so now you can begin to see how you can get more finer detail and control over specific elements within the page. So let's say you just wanted the height of this thing. Right now the height is just as big as the text, but you could make the height 50% of the page, or we'll just make it 10% of the page for now. So this is 10% of the container that it's already in. The container that the div is in is the body. So this will be coming down to here, around there. So Control S and then F12, and you can see that we've changed the height of this div. We can also change the width, and we'll do that to 25%. Control S and F12. All right. So what if we wanted to do something like this? Change this to 40, and then within this div, so we have this hello world, and then within this div we have another div, and this is going to be called within here we're going to say something like let's say crackers, and so now when I save this, let's say I wanted to make this div right here the color pink. I won't be able to do that with this selector here, because this selector is actually selecting both of these divs. So if I just did this again and I went div and I wrote, you know, background color pink, and I did something like a 10% height and a 10% width, it'll just make this whole block pink. There won't be red and then pink and then green. It'll just be green, pink, blue, and there will be two texts. There'll be blue, and then underneath it'll say crackers. So let's test it out and see what happens. Okay, so this is another thing to be aware of, is the way that programs run. They usually run from top to bottom. So what's happening here is, at first these instructions are turning this div into a bigger red div, and then but second what's happening is it's saying all divs make pink, all divs make height 10%, all divs make width 10%. So this is overriding all the instructions from here. But if this didn't even include width, the width would just be inherited from these earlier instructions. So we're going to see this grow. But this isn't what we wanted. So what we wanted was to have these two divs be different colors. So in the next video, we're going to address how to select the same element, same type of element, by using classes and IDs. So we'll be getting into that in the next video. So just follow me there.